Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Currently roaming the streets of Venice, and I thought, why not do a point of view street photography video? Street photography is not something that I shoot a lot of, but I'm trying to get better at it. Today I'm going to be shooting on the Canon R6 with the RF 50mm 1.2. I think this lens will be really good for this style of photography. I'm really excited to see what kind of shots we can come up with, so let's go. So TK and I didn't really have a plan for the day other than to just walk around in Venice and basically get lost, taking some street photos. One thing that I did notice was the abundance of these long, skinny alleyways, which made for easy frames with the leading lines, so you'll see that as a recurring theme throughout the video. You're right. Sometimes I'd find a really nice looking alleyway, camp out there for a little while, and eventually have to move on because no one walked through the frame or it just wasn't a busy enough area. What's up, man?
Can you take a picture for me?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank you. Okay. From this button.
Yep, sure.
This one.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. And I'll do one more, like high angle. 3, 2, 1. Can I take a picture of you on this?
Yeah,
I can send it to you if you want.
No, sorry for bothering you.
No, dude, don't worry. Can you stand here? Just like put your hand on there. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's mad. Right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's sick, dude. Love that. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Cool.
These are sick, dude.
Oh, super nice. Super nice. I like it so much. Thank you so much.
Where are you from?
Egypt.
Oh, nice.
And you?
Australia.
Australia.
Thanks, dude. Enjoy Venice.
Okay, thank you so much.
See ya. So as you saw, we ended up running into a tourist from Egypt who asked us to take his photo. He was super nice, and this is one thing that I really love about traveling and photography in general is the people you meet and the experiences that you have with them. Especially with photography, if you see somebody with a camera in their hand, it's like an instant connection. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm shooting this wide open at 1.2, it's because I can. So one thing that I noticed, I didn't really think about this before I got to Venice, but is how skilled the people that captain these boats through the canals are. The canals in some places are really, really skinny and the corners are super tight, and on top of that the boats are actually super long. So it's really impressive watching them paddle and navigate around the canals, especially with other boats in the way. Hey, he turned around for the photo. Long day. So Venice is this very interesting maze of canals and streets, and they can get very, very busy with tourists. and I found this shot with just a single blue boat sitting in the canal with nothing else in it, and of course I had to snap it because it's actually quite rare to have a shot that's so simple in this city. Here was another little spot with the light streaming through the street that I kind of camped out for a little while waiting for a single person to come through, and eventually that happened and the photo came out okay as well. There are quite a few of these gondola salesmen around, and they're usually dressed up, so they make kind of interesting subjects for photos. I kind of waited around to get some foreground happening. I used the most abundant thing that I could, which is other tourists, but eventually I went around to the side to see if I could get a bit of a cleaner photo. Like in a shooting mode right now. So as I mentioned, TK and I didn't really have any concrete plans, but one thing that we had to do was get an Aperol Spritz and sit on the canal, and so we did that, and it was a really good break from shooting, just to chill out there and take in Venice without staring at the back of a camera.
Is it a good one?
So we ventured on up the bridge. It's a very popular shot, lots of tourists up there, and I managed to snap a couple of shots through the pillars of the bridge, which I think came out quite nice. Also, you'll notice that I'm shooting on a high burst mode, and that's because there's quite a few birds around, and I wanted to make sure that I got the exact moment of a bird flying past in the right area of the frame, so I chose to use that drive mode. You can always delete photos later, but if you miss the perfect timing for a shot, it's kind of a bummer. In this spot I actually saw a shaft of light that was casting over the water, so I wanted to wait there for a little while, see if I could get a shot of a boat moving through that light. I'm always looking for interesting lighting, and this one single gondola came past and I snapped a quick photo which I thought turned out pretty nice. So after we got our Aperol Spritz, we also met up with Pat, and the three of us found this actually quiet little spot on the canal here, and so we took a little bit of time here just taking photos of the gondolas as they passed each other. definitely nice when you find a little quiet corner of this city. When I visit a place, I do like to capture it in an authentic way, and Venice is an interesting place in that it is pretty much full of tourists and kind of built for tourism. So it's kind of hard to get photos without having tourists or tourist activities in the photos. However, we did go out early the next morning, and it was really foggy, which was really nice as well. But we were able to capture some of the locals setting up for the day, on their way to work. And to me, that was closer to capturing the real side of Venice. So if you are planning to do a trip, if you're planning to do some street photography around the city, I would actually suggest to go out and take some photos early in the morning before all the tourists arrive. It's getting quite late in the afternoon by this point, so we're really going to start taking advantage of these long shadows and just photographing some people walking through the main square here. And I was also able to find some nice frames here too. So as you can see, I was using the pillars on this bridge once again, but these ones are a bit more of an interesting shape. So I actually like this shot a lot better. It just seems to be a little bit more interesting. The high burst rate comes in handy here if you want to get a symmetrical shot like here and you've got a moving subject. So I was able to just fire off a bunch of shots and eventually got one that was kind of symmetrical. So despite all the tourists, it was really fun photographing in Venice. I had a great time, got some really nice photos. Just at the end here, I saw this police boat pulling out. So I decided for it to wait to pass underneath the bridge and try to get a photo. And I think it turned out okay. Just got done shooting here. It was a lot of fun. I thought I got some okay photos and we got some really beautiful light at the end, which was just spectacular to look at, let alone shoot. So I hope you guys enjoyed the photos and the videos. Street photography, it's not my forte, but it's good to get some practice in. I want to know as well, what is your go-to camera and lens combo for shooting street? I'd be really interested to hear from you guys. But with all that out of the way, it's time to get out of here. So I'll see you guys in the next video.